everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Bottom Line. I'm your host, Lauren Kalil. Our show was brought to you by Whoop. Check out the description below to join our team or sign up to get a free strap and an extra month's membership with our link. On today's show, we're welcoming James Townsend and Greg Lanctot. They're here to discuss what it's going to take for someone to beat Tia-Clair Toomey. I'm super excited to hear both of your takes on this. It's definitely a topic that many people have been talking about, and can it really happen? But James, I want to start with you. We know that this is an incredible feat, but I can imagine that it needs to be a community effort, so to speak, right?
Yes, yes and no. I mean, it's a tall order, right? So, I see it as like, let's say you're in a boxing match. You got to have the mentality to go into the boxing match thinking round for round you need to go blow for blow with that athlete. And so that's what I think the female athletes would need to do with Tia. Each workout is their round. Whether if it's the first event, second event, third event, right? You got to go blow for blow with her. You got to have the mental capacity to be able to say, you know what, I'm going to go to the pain cave with her. I'm going to go to that dark place with her. I'm not going to be afraid, and got to be able to go blow for blow. But it is a tall order, but it can be done.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to get more into that. But first, Greg, based on the field of athletes on the women's side and the depth of fitness that we really saw during semifinals, will this be the year that Tia still wins? Maybe not by a landslide, but some of those athletes getting a little bit closer and chipping away.
Can they get a little bit closer? Absolutely. Can they beat her?
No.
And thank you for joining me, James. I don't want to be the one saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no chance."
Yeah,
But
no.
I mean, Tia is Tia, and probably every single competitor in the world knows that Tia-Clair Toomey she is showing no signs of slowing down. Absolutely not. She's dominating the sport. She's still dominating this year. I don't see why she wouldn't win another title this year and
Right.
probably next year again. And your question is, what will it take to beat Toomey? I would say just experience. When you look at the tremendous talent that we have on the women's side, Haley Adams, Mallory O'Brien, we saw it with Emma Lawson as well, and young talents that are emerging everywhere on the planet right now. They only need some more experience, and by the generosity that Tia is showing on the field by mentoring, can I say that, mentoring other athletes on the field by uh, like James said, just fighting with her on different workouts. All of these uh, young athletes will learn and learn even more from her being on the field with her, and that's the way that they will reach a level of experience and maturity to be able to beat her on the world title.
So do you guys think that there is anything that these other athletes can do? I know, James, you said like they kind of have to go blow for blow with her to, try to close that gap. But I mean, for God's sakes, Tia was focusing on bobsled for a big portion at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And we still see her go out and
Yeah.
dominate these workouts, the open, the quarterfinals, semifinals. It's like, gosh, what is it going to take?
Just like Greg said, it's that experience, right? Being able to coach against her last year, just watching her on how we're all warming up and all nervous and everything, and she's laying down in the warm up area, sleep. I was like, yeah, that's experience. That's a
Boss move.
legend. That's a boss, and it's like I wonder if it's psychological too, but to see her do that is like I understand is that she's so calm in her realm that she doesn't need to be nervous or start warming up an hour early and everything. She's just that calm and that good and that experienced that it doesn't phase her.
Greg, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, exactly. I mean, when you know you're an athlete and you go against Tia-Clair Toomey or Rich Froning or Matt Fraser, I mean, these type of athletes that have been dominating their sport for years, there's already some kind of, I don't want to say anxiety, but adrenaline stress that you go against this champ that's been there for years. And Tia doesn't have that pressure. Of course, she has the pressure to keep her title, and she's
Right.
the type of athlete that wants to perform at her best in every single event. But just the
Right.
fact that she's not intimidated by anyone on the field. And I don't know her personally. Last time I spoke with her, it was in 2020. So it's been a while. So I might be saying something completely different than what she's thinking. But I mean, this is some logic by just the knowledge that James just brought to us. If she's calm this way in every single competition, doesn't feel that pressure to just be in her game and stick to her
Mhm.
plan, and she keeps on winning, that's the edge that she has right now that no other athlete can have, because she's been the world champ for so long.
Right.
And she's been at this for 5 years. James, you touched on it, like having that inside view of seeing her at the games. So some of these other veterans of the games, they see her there, they watch what her habits are, her routine is. So what is it that the other athletes on the women's field need to go home and do to try to like chip away and close that gap?
I think the most important part is to stay in your lane. Not try to do what Tia is doing or try to figure out what it she is doing, but see what works for you. And like I said, you would have to go blow for blow with her. You can't come into the games and just be like, all right, I'm here to participate. No, you're there to compete. Be able to be brave enough and confident enough to be like, you know what, I know that you're a champ. You won it 5 times, but I'm going to give you my best. Let's do this. And show show that strength, show that confidence, and just compete.
Ultimately, do we need to see Tia retire to not see her stand at the top of the podium?
No, no. I think that's the easy way
So what
out.
is it?
I think that's the easy way out. I think people just need to athletes just need to come into the Coliseum or the soccer stadium and like I said, go blow for blow with her. Just be able to have that mental capacity to be able to be at your best while she's at her best and go side, once again, blow for blow. Just go head to head with her, go toe to toe with her, and you'll get the respect of her. And then she'll be like, man, I need to watch out for that athlete because they finally somebody really pushed me to the brink this year. And I think there's some out there, but they got to be able to believe that in their heart and in their mind and be able to put it to play.
Is there any specific athlete that you think could go blow to blow with her?
There's I would say I think 3 of them could. Laura Horvath, um, Haley Adams, and Mal O'Brien. Haley, she's been shown 6'5'4". Laura Horvath, 2-time second place, finish. Just last year was just a little couple of shakeups for her, but it could have worked out in her favor. And then Mal finishing 7th last year, and this year coming on strong. So it's all mental. Are they willing to go blow for blow with the 5-time champ? That's that's what we want to see.
Greg, does she need to retire, or what athletes do you see giving her maybe that little run for her money?
I don't think she needs to retire. I think she could retire while she's still on top, just like Matt did on the men's side. But I would see as well Tia continue to compete for a few years, even if she is not the world champion. If she still has a good time and enjoys herself on the competition floor, why not stick around and compete, for the fans and for herself as well. So why not, even let's say after 5 or 6 or 7 titles, still place on the podium or in the top 5 in the world, and having some other young competitors taking the crown. So these are 2 scenarios that I would see happening. And I agree with James with Haley Adams. She's been so impressive since the beginning of her career, and Laura Horvath on a few events as well. And let's not forget Cara Saunders, her rival,
Right.
also in
Sorry,
Australia.
Kara. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
in Australia, and maybe Mallory O'Brien this year can surprise. She's
Mhm.
very young, but she has been leaving her mark also in the past 2 seasons. So I think these 4 could could challenge Tia on different events. Probably on not all of them, but by challenging her on different events, that's what make Tia so good, because she's being challenged on different levels, and she always has to be on the top of her game to beat these very good athletes. So yeah, these are the names I would probably put to finish on the podium with her this year.
How old is
Slight
she?
Tia,
Yeah,
late
20,
20s. We
27.
can do a.
She
I
is
think
28 years
27 or
old.
28. Okay, 28.
As per the CrossFit Games website, she is 28 years old.
She got a good 4 or 5 years left.
Yeah. Okay,
Absolutely.
so that's my next question. A little off topic, but if she weren't to retire, how many titles do you guys think she potentially could win?
The real
Uh,
answer,
Yeah.
as many as she wants to win.
Mhm.
Oh.
Bill Russell has 11 NBA championships, I believe.
I love the reference. I love it.
There you go. There you go.
Just gonna keep going.
Mhm.
Okay, James, what's your bottom line?
Our bottom line is to be brave, be strong, be confident.
The 1, 2, 3 punch. Love that. Greg, what's your bottom line?
I'm gonna steal this one from James, but stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Be yourself. All these athletes we talked about today, and many others we didn't mention on this episode, are very good athletes. And if they stay in their game and don't try to beat any other athlete, and try just to be their best in their capacity with their coaches, they can cause good surprises at the game. So stay in your lane, stay in your game, and you could be surprised where that could lead you on the leaderboard.
Mm. Greg and James, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us and talking about the topic, and we'll see you next time.
Pleasure.
Thank you.